All right, joining the company now is Bob Bowdon. He is the director of education documentary The Cartel. Okay, you just heard a defender of the teachers there. We saw earlier sound bites from some of the students who were taken to the demonstration by their teachers. They didn't know why they were there. The teachers had called a sick out. I say that is disgraceful. I presume you agree with me, but give us your opinion.
Well, like the prodigal television guest, I've had a long journey, but I've now returned to my television guesting home, Stuart. So thanks for it. Although I am following the Scottish Deerhound, so I did notice that too.
Welcome.
But nevertheless, yeah, you're absolutely right. What we have here clearly is a case where the children are being pawns in this battle. The unions have every right on the weekends to protest. They're not choosing that option. They can write op-ed letters to the newspapers. They can go on television. They can start Facebook and Twitter campaigns. They can do a million things, handing out flyers every weekend that they want. And yet what they're doing is shutting down schools. They're basically saying, look, we're going to take hostages in this fight, and the children are those hostages.
Okay, look, we're a financial program. I have to ask the financial question. Does this bill from Governor Walker, does it take money away from state workers? Does it take it off them?
Not a penny. Not all, in fact, as was just pointed out, they've maintained the right to bargain for wages, which still has a monopoly. You've got to question that. Yeah. It's very different from...
Bob, my question is that the senator from Wisconsin was talking about, okay, now local school boards, local mayors will be making more decisions. These guys are captives of teachers' unions anyway. What's going to change, or what needs to change to bring public sector compensation down to private sector levels?
Yeah, well, when you say compensation, that's the right word. It's not salary. Right. We're talking about these benefits. And originally they were given for one reason, because these jobs were so low paid that you would trade the low pay for the fact that you had a pretty much guaranteed job for life, more or less, in a lot of public sector jobs. And you also had really good benefits. Well, that equation has completely changed. In a bad economy, a lot of people would be happy to have any job at all. And so the fact that they're fighting and demanding the rights to bargain for these excessively high benefits, pensions, it's out of line with the rest of the economy.
But do you have faith in local school boards?
Often not, unfortunately.
I guess that's like what has to happen for taxpayers to start saying to the school boards, hey, you know what, make teachers pay like I do into my retirement.
Yeah. What has to happen is this is exactly what's needed, and it's great to see states sort of stepping in front of each other. Florida maybe led first, then maybe New Jersey on fighting teachers unions next, and now maybe Wisconsin is taking the lead in this battle. But this kind of debate, which the Cartel movie was all about, is really exactly what's needed. I couldn't be happier to hear the main point, which is that this has passed, it's going to pass the legislature in Wisconsin.
I think it's been a terrible 2 days for the teachers as well, in the face of the video we saw of the kids. The teacher told me to come out here and protest. I don't know what I'm protesting. A sign that says Walker equals Hitler. I think in the court of public opinion, people see that and say, you know what? I don't want these teachers teaching my kids. I'd rather have a substitute teacher. I'd rather have a scab teacher come in.
I would like to write a letter of appreciation to the Wisconsin Teachers Union leaders, because this is we couldn't have asked for better publicity. But the teachers saying we're going to hurt children.
They screwed it up for the teachers, because we have been staunchly defending the teachers here, saying it's not them, it's the unions, and now they're out there, and they're in the classrooms telling our kids to get out there with them. That blows it for all of them.
Exactly. You have to wonder about the thousand. In fact, I invite any teacher in Wisconsin who may have been intimidated or threatened to not speak out what they really think, send me an email, info@thecartelmovie.com, because we like to collect these stories.
Now look, this is a very
There are absolutely teachers who are agreeing with what you said. They're against their own union, and they feel like they can't speak out.
The state senator, Scott Fitzgerald, just told us that this bill is almost certainly going to pass.
Isn't that great?
The governor's going to get this power. That means the unions essentially have lost. Do you think that this example of the unions losing strong Republican governor going to be followed elsewhere in the country?
It's already being. In other words, it's just the latest in the line of. Chris Christie spoke yesterday at AEI, American Enterprise Institute, talking also about his battle against the teachers unions there, and there have been reforms all around the country. This battle will continue. They'll be the next state next week.
That's good. Bob Bowdon, thanks very much indeed. Good stuff. Back to the big board. Earlier,